This is a video to introduce you to the Happy Cut machine. As I understand, there is no information on YouTube about this at all. This is my Cuttlebug, still working perfectly. This is the Happy Cut. Okay, weight wise, a little bit heavier but really negligible weight. So I move the Cuttlebug out of the way. The Happy Cut machine. It's an A4 die cutting and embossing platform. It's very much like the Joy Treve which Carly from Creator demonstrates on Create and Craft. The reason I went for the Happy Cut was at the time that I looked for an A4 die cutting machine, the Joy had a fault which I understand has been fixed. However, the Happy Cut is basically exactly the same machine, but in white, which is much nicer to my view. You've got the sucker foot there, and I really can't lift that off. You have extending sides on each side. They pull out. You have a detachable handle, which stores in the lid, so you don't bang your ankles on it. You can also store small dies in there. When you get the machine, in the paperwork there will be a sticker, this sticker. You need to stick this to your machine, okay, just in case you ever forget what the sandwiches are for. Alright. Inside the box you've got your Happy Cut machine. You have two little dies, a butterfly and a layered heart. You have 5 plates. Now this, I suppose, may seem a lot. In all honesty, because you've got 5 plates, you have more options with what you can do with your sandwiches. You also get the rubber mat for your embossing. Okay. Your white plate is your base plate. My youngest has been doing a bit of die cutting for me, and unfortunately he was getting things upside down. So he's got it all over the place. You get 2 cutting plates. You get the grey plate, which you can see mine is well loved. Very well loved. And you get a blue plate, which is for cutting thicker dies or thicker materials. You get the black plate and the black mat, there for embossing with. And you see this one hasn't actually been cut. Yippee! And then you also get what's called an SP plate. If you buy from Samuel Taylor's in Leeds, you get this thrown in. Okay? If you buy from Glitter Perfect, then you do have to pay extra for the clear plate. This is for use with embossing folders, and I would also say for the thicker dies, such as the Sizzix black-backed plastic ones. These ones. As you can see, this actually has been used, I'll turn it over, to actually cut this die with. So that's what you get in the box. So, what will the Happy Cut take? In addition to its own dies by Artemio, it will take Go Create extra large plates, dies, Spellbinders dies, Sizzix Framelit dies, Liane Creative dies, the Sizzix plastic back dies, Cuttlebug dies, and I don't know where that one's gone. It will take the Cuttlebug cut and embossing folder, which is 2 in 1, and that has made these wings from a Carling can. It will take Papermania embossing folder, Crafts 2 embossing folder, Craft Concepts embossing folders, Do Crafts embossing folders, Try Boss embossing folders, Cuttlebug embossing folders, and the Friskers texture plates. It will also take fine brass stencils, Spellbinders Embossabilities plate, mat, whatever you want to call it, a touch of mica mask, a Pronti A4 mask, and also some 300 GSM cardstock, which I have punched some leaves out of another sheet and stuck them on. So in some places this is 600. Takes all of those absolutely perfectly. So why does it come with so many plates? The thickest plate is the grey plate. The blue is slightly thinner. The white base plate is slightly thinner than that. Then comes the black plate, and then the clear plate is thinnest of all. To do die cutting, you normally use the white base plate and the grey plate. If your die is a little bit thicker, you might want to use the white base plate and the blue cutting plate. Okay? If you are using the Sizzix black backed dies, as in these old ones, okay, then I would suggest using the black plate and the clear plate. It's to do with how thick the sandwich finally ends up. Alright, if you are using an embossing folder, normally you will use the base plate and the clear plate. If that is too thick, then you want to switch to the black plate and the clear plate. If you are embossing a die that you have cut, you use the white plate, the black mat, and the black plate, and that's for embossing cut dies. And that's basically it. It's very, very simple. The fact that you've got so many plates to play with means that there is quite literally nothing that you can't do with this machine. It has taken everything I've thrown at it and more. Like I say, these are wings cut with the Cuttlebug folder from a carling can. You can't ask really for a more perfect impression than these have given.